Here are two videos from the Boston Globe in 2010. One had an MIT professor, Richard Lindzen, talking about why climate change is not a big deal because it has happened naturally before.
The Earth is always changing. Climate change is nothing you have to prove. It always is happening. It always has happened. So to make that into something alarming seems to me a little bit weird.
The other had an MIT director, Kerry Emanuel, who said that the evidence shows that human-enhanced climate change is occurring and that we should consider mitigating the risk.
I think the evidence that the world is warming up is pretty strong now. The evidence that we're responsible for the warming over the last 30 years or so is also pretty strong.
Many people advocate for civil debates and discussions to find the ultimate truth, and I'm no different. I love a good debate. But what I find hypocritical is that the same people arguing for fighting the status quo in Lindzen's video have created their own information bubble and refuse to even consider the other side. The video featuring Kerry Emanuel got around 1,000 views. Fine for a short and simple video. But the video with Richard Lindzen had almost 1 million views. Remember, same channel, similar titles, but a 1,000 times difference in viewership. What's even more baffling is that Richard Lindzen lies. According to DeSmog, Lindzen's work is funded by ExxonMobil and countless other fossil fuel groups. Of course, to be fair, I researched the source of funding for Kerry Emanuel's work, and I couldn't really find much, but he was given a grant for actual research work, not just to say stuff. And it's not just this. There are countless examples of climate misinformation out there, ranging from AI slop to the Environmental Protection Agency in the US removing human causes of climate change, but forgetting to remove this and this. If you want to learn more, check out Simon Clark's channel below. He will give you so much more than what I, a high school student, can. Climate misinformation is very, very harmful. It can make us more complacent. It can aid in the election of politicians influenced by fossil fuel lobbyists. And it is going to mix around in the research on climate change, all of which will delay climate action. Remember, climate change is a continuous thing. It has affected us in the past, it is affecting us now, and it will affect us in the future. So, the more delay there is in climate action, the more we will suffer. Let me just quickly debunk some climate myths for those unsure. Myth number 1. The Earth's climate has always changed, so we're worried about nothing. Yes, it's absolutely true that the Earth's climate has altered a lot. It has been extremely hot before and it has been extremely cold before. However, what concerns us is that the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere has increased at an unprecedented rate that the Earth has never seen before. Hence, an unprecedented rate of warming which the Earth will struggle to adapt to. The rates of change is what we are concerned about. Myth number 2. More carbon dioxide means more food. Of course, we all learn that plants need photosynthesis to grow, which requires carbon dioxide. But those who argue this point just look at it one-dimensional. They forget about water. Water is also required in photosynthesis and just the survival of the plant. Higher concentrations of carbon dioxide means warmer temperatures and therefore more evaporation of the water in the soil and also the water that comes down from rainfall, which means overall, less water for plants to take up, which inhibits crop growth. Not only does climate change decrease our crop yields, it also reduces the nutritional value of crops by increasing carbon in the chemical composition of the plants. So we actually eat more carbohydrates and less of other nutrients. Myth number 3. Tackling climate change is bad for the economy. But not tackling climate change costs 1.27 quadrillion more. You now may be asking how you can help tackle this issue. The number one biggest thing is to not fall into the misinformation trap yourself. You do this by being informed. Do your own external research and reading, and make sure that what you are reading is peer-reviewed and backed by science. When you approach any piece of information, Be skeptical, be curious, and verify the information. The next thing is to let people know. If you're watching a video that blatantly lies or misinterprets statistics, comment on them. If you're reading a news article written by a journalist funded by fossil fuel companies, find some way to have it flagged. If you see people confirming with themselves in their own echo chamber, enter them and try to break their illusion with informed arguments. This will be time-consuming. You might get harassed and abused online, but we must push back against this new wave of dishonesty. Our future depends on it.